Okay. Good evening, everyone. Today, I like to discuss about radio trends and its place in our modern landscape in our digital era. Since the development of radio in the late 19th century, radio has served as a medium or communication and entertainment, continually adapting to meet the evolving demands and tastes of its listener. Radio has historically been a dependable source of news and entertainment and even content, effectively connecting people across different borders and generations. However, as we entered what we call the 21st century, we can see what we call the emergence of what we call the digital revolution. With the rapid advancement of technology, the internet and the growth of various technologies, radio broadcasters or even companies have been compelled to rethink their strategies in order to remain relevant and engaging in an increasingly interconnected and diversified to meet the needs and also to satisfy the listeners. Okay, to provide some context, globally, according to Deloitte Insights 2025 and the study of Nielsen 2025, daily audio consumption has remained steady at around 3 to 4 hours, but there has been a clear shift towards digital platforms such as podcasts and streaming platforms that have been particularly attracted to younger demographics, while traditional radio continues to hold value for older generations. In the Philippines, this kind of trend is amplified because of the emergence of high internet penetration that has what we call the 142 million mobile connections, which is from the data Reportal 2025. And according to this, how challenges such as concentrated media ownership and gaps in digital literacy still pose challenges as highlighted by their analysis. Therefore, what are the things that need to consider when we are talking about the radio? Because radio is a mass medium, therefore, it should always adapt to the changes that are happening in our society. Therefore, there is what we call the emergence of the word trends, okay? A trend is basically a direction or pattern showing how something is changing or developing over time. In the world of what we call the media, a trend refers to somehow technologies, habits of listeners, and even practitioners, and approaches that shape how people produce and enjoy sound today. This trend helps us to understand where the industry is headed and how it keeps adapting to the digital age. With that in mind, let us explore some of the major trends that redefines radio and audio quality in the modern era. Okay, for number one, we have what we call digital radio. Have you ever tried to listening to Wish 107.5 to Rob Daniels Nandito Ako? And the very essence of it, the digital landscape, traditional forms of media such as newspapers and even radio is going digital because this shift from broadcasting offers listeners clearer sound and fewer signal issues and extra features like what we call live song details, news updates, and weather alerts with just one click of your cell phone and tablets. Therefore, according to Kobaki 2025, digital radio is gaining ground because it provides a crystal clear quality and integrates easily with modern gadgets. This meets the growing demand for accessibility and personalization in a tech-savvy world wherein we are dominated with the usage of various technologies. Number two, integration of visual and multimedia elements. So when we talk about visual and multimedia elements, we always pertain to PubMats or even digital art wherein to see is to believe. In an era dominated by visuals, radio must be adaptable to it. Today, stations mix video streams, graphics, and social media content to enhance audience engagement and create richer experience. Through the use of various PubMats, you can always engage with an interactive content in order for you to connect to your online audiences. For example, when a certain local radio station um has a talk show with Facebook live videos, or even has what we call a trailer in their content, they always post it in their social media page in a form of what we call a trailer or even a pubmat, in order for the viewers or audience to leave the question, what are the things that we can expect in that certain program? Because in the age of digital technologies, to see is to believe. Okay? Okay. Number three, the shift to subscription models. Honestly, we can be annoyed when we are in the free service of various apps like Spotify, because those apps require you to pay for a subscription in order for you to avoid that what we call the ad traffic, wherein after you play a song, it will automatically give you an advertisement that is around 30 seconds or 1 minute. And this is another major change sweeping the audio world, because we want to have a free ad-supported listening to paid subscription models, and this offer what we call premium services. And listeners are embracing this shift because they wanted a seamless listening without constant ads, while content creators gain a steady source of revenue in a crowded market. In the Philippines, we can see this in what we call um various digital platforms like Manila Times, or even the New York Times, and even Spotify Premium, wherein you are required to pay 169 pesos per month in order for you to have no interruption, no ads, just your favorite songs and podcasts on demand. Because subscriptions are changing how we value audio entertainment. Okay, number four, shift in audio advertisement and media consumption. The way ads are delivered on radio has taken a smart turn. Broadcasters are now using data-driven, targeted advertising instead of one-size-fits-all messages. This trend reflects changing listening habits, as consumers now prefer personalized experiences and on-demand content. We can see this based on the algorithm that you are searching, and the way you search on various things such as words or even trends or hashtags. It reflects on the algorithm that a certain social media platform will prefer to your preferences. Okay, number five, AI and automation product in production. Technology is taking center stage behind the scenes. The use of artificial intelligence and automation in radio, highlighting the improvement of editing, transcription, and even voice generation, because AI makes production faster and more efficient, allowing creators to focus on storytelling and audience engagement. An example for this is Spotify, because it can integrate AI systems such as Google's Gemini for advanced music discovery and personalization based on the preference of what you are listening to. And community stations in the Philippines use tools like Descript, according to NGPI 2024, for automatic transcription during disaster reports and saving time and effort. And that is how we integrate AI. And we do not think AI is somehow what we call a problem, but it is a way for us to fasten our jobs and responsibilities. But let us take note that we must take in moderation when we are using various technologies. Okay, number six, cloud IP and remote production technologies. Okay, after the pandemic, we are pertaining about the element of flexibility, and cloud-based production rose as a solution because it allows teams to record, edit, and broadcast remotely using internet-based tools. According to Newscast Studio 2025, these technologies reduce costs, improve collaboration, and make audio production possible from anywhere. during typhoon seasons. For example, according to OpenGov Asia 2025, radio natin stations rely on cloud tools to deliver updates from dispersed reporters. No studio, no problem, because cloud technology keeps the broadcasting running even when people can't physically be together.